Could a new frontrunner and underdog Rodney take home Michelle's heart on The Bachelorette? We have to get into it. Hey guys, and welcome back to another shared news. We've got all the tea you need to know about Michelle and Rodney's one-on-one date. But before we get into it, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you never miss out on any future videos. As always, I am your host, Zachary Reality, and Rodney was the one who got the one-on-one date this week with Michelle. And this is a big deal because they've only been doing one-on-one dates a week and then 2 group dates. You know, back in the day with the Bachelor format, they used to do 2 one-on-one dates and 1 group date. Now they're just splitting it up. So Rodney gets his special one-on-one time with Michelle this week, and Rodney was the guy who showed up night 1 in an apple costume to impress teacher Michelle. I didn't think the apple shtick would work, but I guess it did because Michelle seems to be smitten by Rodney, so much so that she picked him for the one-on-one date this week. The date entailed a romantic scavenger hunt with a bunch of dares around the resort in Palm Springs. One of those dares required to strip naked and run up and down the stairs for all of the men to see. Let's take a look.
Oh, no. Damn!
Go, Rodney! Woo! This is our journey!
I mean, this is kind of embarrassing for Rodney. I don't know. He took it like a champ. I'm glad that he had the pillow to really cover up. When Tayshia and Caitlyn came out, my heart sunk for Rodney, and then half of the guys came out. My heart sunk again. I couldn't even imagine doing that. That seems kind of embarrassing, but Rodney took it like a champ. He did it. Michelle obviously was not going to do that, but I hope that it impressed Michelle, and it seemed like it did because that was definitely bold of Rodney to do and such a funny moment. And the date was not all fun and games. Rodney and Michelle did get vulnerable and have a heart-to-heart conversation on the dinner portion of the date. Rodney opened up about how his father left him and his brother when they were kids and how he was raised by a single mom. This was definitely really heart-wrenching and hard to hear. I mean, Rodney has had a very difficult childhood that's very upsetting for him to, deal with that growing up without, his parent being around. But luckily he does have that support system of his brother and his mom. And he really wanted to let Michelle know that, his past experiences shaped him to who he is today. And he wants to love and get married and start a family. That was actually his biggest fear in life, is passing away before he is able to be a father and a husband. That's what he said when they were chilling in the bed after the date. He really wants to be that person, and hopefully if he gets everything he wants and if Michelle likes him, it could be Michelle for him, and Michelle could be that person. Michelle also opened up about an experience she had where she was called the N-word in a grocery store, and that was extremely difficult to listen as someone who loves Michelle. I mean, that was really hard to watch as well. I'm glad that we're having these conversations on TV because I do think that they are important, and it really shows how much the show has evolved that we're able to show these important conversations. And Michelle really opening up about that, I think, is going to help a lot of people feel less alone if they ever felt, someone attacked them personally or called them a name that was just not okay. So I'm glad Michelle was able to let Rodney in and share that experience for her. And I think it really bonded the two of them, so much so that she ends up giving him a rose, and they really were able to develop and form their connection. Rodney definitely seems like a front runner. I'm gonna put Rodney in my top 4. Rodney and Michelle really seem to be vibing, but it's also kind of funny because a lot of the guys in the house didn't really think that Rodney was a threat when he was on their date. They were all talking, and a lot of them agreed that they just don't think Rodney has a chance with Michelle. I don't know what it is about Rodney. Maybe he's a little goofier, sillier, who knows what it is, but they just don't see him as a threat, and that's gonna make Rodney a big underdog because we all watched the one-on-one date. Michelle and Rodney are definitely hitting things off. Rodney is definitely a threat to the guys. There are guys there that do not have the connection with Michelle that Rodney does. And after this week, there are only 14 guys left in the house, so we really are moving things along. This season is going super, super fast. So let us know what you think is going to happen the rest of the season. Do you think Rodney and Michelle's connection will last? Would you be jealous of Rodney if you were one of the guys in the house? Who do you guys think is the biggest threat? I want to hear all your thoughts. And before we let you go, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and ring the bell so you never miss out on any Bachelorette updates. As always, I'm your host, Zachary Reality. You guys can follow me down below. Come talk all things Bachelor with me. That is all we have for today. So thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time.